Hello. Welcome to today's Dose of JoJo. Having some tech issues with my Wi-Fi, so I've just switched off. So sorry for those who were on with me before. But this is my Dose of JoJo as part of my 11-11 to 12-12 series, where we are dropping into the heart space and using a few minutes to activate ourselves from the inside out. So on day one, I talked about heart coherence quite extensively as the foundation of just moving into this heart space more often, and as the multidimensional technology. You kind of need to be in heart coherence to even access any of that goodness that comes after. And then on day two, we were utilizing heart coherence as a foundation and then moving into a figure 8 practice for alchemy. And then yesterday, on day 3, we were dropping into some intentional humming while being anchored in our heart coherence. So what's happening for today? Well, I thought it'd be really cool to just talk about the importance of commanding and clearing your field every day. So every night as I'm going to sleep and closing my eyes, I command my field to clear out all of the energy from the day. So if you don't do this, it's not like, you're going to, have a huge issue, but it's just really good energetic hygiene practice to do this. And the bottom line is, if we aren't behind the wheel and commanding our field forth and being consciously aware of how our energy is moving and our body, mind and spirit and all of that, then who is? Right? No one behind the wheel, potentially going to have other things come in and take over, like your personality self, maybe your mind. But if there's an intention to clear out your field or invoke the higher dimensional aspects of you, then that's a really amazing practice. So before I go to bed, I always clear out my energy for all, anything from the day. And when I wake up, I invoke and intend for my higher dimensional nature to come in and guide my way and be with me during the day. So can do a little version of that to see, show you what I do for it. So I'll show you what I do when I clear out my field at the end of the day. But let's just drop into the heart space. First of all, and I can give you a little idea about what that is. But as we have been doing for every day thus far, let's just bring our attention into the center of our chest, into our heart space, and slow down our breath. So breathing in and then breathing out slowly. Breathing in and breathing out slowly. Breathing in, breathing light all the way down to the bottom of your belly, and then breathing out slowly, twice or 3 times as slow on the out breath. And as you focus into the center of your chest, intending to connect with your heart, intending for it to open and come online, intending to connect into that technology within you. And let's just think about really something that we find incredibly uplifting from our last week. And if you can't do that, then go to gratitude. But what has been something that's really uplifted you over this last week? We had some baby animals on our land, and little baby bunnies and ducklings, and they are seriously uplifting and heart-opening. But as you breathe in and breathing out gently, just allowing yourself to come into this space of heart coherence, heart-brain coherence, and breathing in, breathing out, and just thinking about whatever it is that is uplifting to you in your being, in the center of you. Mr. Puss is thinking about what's uplifting to him, aren't you, Puss? And breathing in and out gently, focusing into whatever it is that we can be grateful for, or can uplift us, or bring a sense of appreciation into our body and being. And then, as I'm going to sleep, as I mentioned, You guys could continue doing the heart practice while I just delve into this. But what I like to say is, from all aspects of my being, or you can say from from my true self, or you can say, from my body, mind and spirit, or whatever. You can say whatever you like. You could say my divine being, like anything that you really like, just to reference you in totality. But you say, so from my divine being, I call on all of the energy of this day from my body, mind and spirit. And I ask that it be sent back to Source, Creator God with love and consciousness. Thank you. And you just allow it all to leave your field. And you're just sending back the energy, because I tell you what, you have a much better sleep when you have, and if anything's happened during the day that's caused a little, something in our emotions or our mind, then it's really, really super beneficial for that to move out while we go to sleep, while we're doing all this processing, and while we're doing all this multidimensional work in our sleep as well. So I love to do that as I'm going to sleep. And in the morning, I love to just intend to call on my multidimensional mastery to guide my way during the day, or my higher self, or my higher dimensional aspects of being, or whatever it is. I just call, I use different language all the time. I never just say one thing, and I'm very flexible with all of it. That's why I'm like this or this or this, So I just keep it fluid, and as long as you're invoking and commanding your field, your energy field in your being, then you really can't go wrong. The whole point is to be conscious enough to do that. And that's where we can make a difference in how we feel and how we are and how we're processing and all that jazz. So that's my little dose of JoJo. I hope you enjoyed that today for our 11:11 to 12:12 little practical frequency adjustment kind of series. And I'll see you all real soon. Mwah.